I love Air Server. I love it when it breaks on me every single time. But it's okay. It's still functional. It just doesn't like starting up. Alrighty. Where's the right button? This button, right? Yeah! Hello. And welcome back to what is happening in the corner there? That was weird. What is this, observation duty? Anyways, we have CatCam back. As you can see in the corner, we do have a lovely little Mia who's being a little sassy. Mia! Hi! Hi! We can see you there. Let me just adjust the camera just slightly. Say hi! You're a pretty girl. Yeah, that was just me. You're all good. Anyways, I wanted to work on this a little bit first to warm up, get the groove going, and then I'm going to do the character design that I was planning to do yesterday that I ended up not doing because I got distracted by creature design. But I want to chip away at this a little every time, just so I don't abandon it again into the back of my work in progresses. I am working on doing icons for all my characters, because I hate doing icons, but my toy house desperately needs nicer icons for everything. Wee. How you doing, Philip? I made sure I wasn't muted this time. I probably need to update OBS. I think OBS is cranky because I haven't updated it in a long time, because I avoid updating things until I have to. You just never know what they're gonna break. Like Skyrim? I was so pissed when Skyrim hijacked my game and updated it to Anniversary Edition. Because I basically had to start over again. That was really frustrating. But also, it took me forever to update to Windows 10 because I didn't trust it, because Microsoft breaks everything. I'm certainly not updating to Windows 11, because Microsoft broke everything, again. And I know when I stopped updating OBS, it was because somebody did say that the update for OBS broke a bunch of things that I use. So I was like, ooh, let's hold off on that one. Seems like a plan. I still haven't gotten a response from the kitten people, so I sent them an email. And hopefully I will get a response by like Tuesday. But I don't know how long these processes take for breeders. I'm still trying to think of an appropriate name for this kitten if I do manage to secure her. Hello, thank you. quite to the character design part of the stream. This is a pre-existing design. I actually bought this design and then I made some slight changes to the palette. Well, not slight. I changed the whole palette. The hair is from the original design though, because I loved it so much. I'm warming up by working on this a little bit at a time, because I've been in a bit of art block lately. But it's okay. I was playing some more Deceive with Rain just before stream, and we we were setting up for Deceive, and then immediately Rain's whole setup crashed on them, and I was like, oh, did I just break it all for you? I'm so sorry. It was kind of funny, but it was mostly sad. Because it was instant, too. Like, the moment he invited me to the lobby, boom, crashed everything. We got into a game and all I could hear was, ah, every now and then. Oh, thank you. Yeah, this is, Cariosa, I believe. On DeviantArt. I love their designs. You have to snag them quick though, because any like really good design from them disappears in seconds once they go up on DeviantArt. I got very lucky. They're also a character in my D&D character's backstory, who my DM is bullying right now still. She's bullying all of us, but I was just the first person on the firing line. And that's okay. Do you do any art, Icy Sprinkle? I don't have Twitch chat up yet, but I don't recognize your name, so I'm guessing you're a newer person here. I need to practice more with my sewing machine. I was thinking about it all day, but I was so sleepy. I ended up sleeping most of the day away. Oh! Oh, please tell me more. Please tell me more. Okay, look. 3D is something that I struggle with digital art. I've done a little bit of 3D modeling in Maya. Blender is still a little bit of an enigma to me, but I'm slowly learning. The last time I touched it, it was literally because I learned how to extract files from games, and I immediately turned around and said, I want Mona's hat from Genshin in The Sims, and I figured out somehow how to put that in The Sims. And that's my only accomplishment with Blender. But, I recently conquered my #1 nemesis for random art things that I've tried, so I feel like I can learn how to do anything now. That's another thing I need to try again, is 3D art. Yeah! Oh my god! Like, I saw Blender, like, 7 years ago or so, and I was like, oh god, I don't think I could ever learn this, like, this is really hard. And then I looked at it again when I did that hat, and I was like, oh my god, this is actually, like, usable for a novice now? This is amazing. I'm really proud of how far they've come. Because it was already an incredible program to be completely free and open source and whatnot. But they've truly just, like, made it into something invaluable. Maya was okay. It was great to learn as a 3D program. I only learned that because that was what we were taught at college. But I didn't really enjoy it. I think I was mostly just frustrated because, as I said, 3D art doesn't come easily to me in the digital space, and I was like one of the 2 artists in class. And everyone else was doing like really cool high polygon models of weapons and whatnot, and I was just like, here's my dinky little low poly knife, thank you. No worries, Philip. I hope you have a good time at work and it is not too stressful. I'll give you any updates on the doorman in chat, in Discord chat, if we have any. Yesterday I was working on one of my creatures from my stories. We were working on their design because I had it in my head, but I needed to put it down on paper essentially. They're just funky little dudes. But after I get some progress done on this, I'm going to actually work on one of my characters. I've designed this character before several times, but it's not quite clicking. And I know when I get that feeling of it doesn't feel just right, then I need to go back to the drawing board and I need to start from the beginning again. I'm closer this time. I've drawn them before recently in their newest design, and I feel like that part of their design is good, but I need to work on the other part. Oh, dude, I feel that. I very much feel that. There's just no time for hobbies anymore, and I hate it so much. I'm hoping these strikes going on right now really shake things up, to be honest. I think my life will probably not change that much, just because of the type of job I have and whatnot, but at the same time, like, I still want everyone else's lives to be much improved by them. I'm also interested to see how Barbenheimer affects things as well, because it looks like the box office results looked very interesting. I saw those today in a post on Tumblr, and I was like, oh, interesting. That'll probably make some noise. Probably not too much, but it'll make some. Why did I give your tail such a weird gradient, sir? I can see all the yellows being off by like 1 or 2 points of hue or something, and it's frustrating me. Why are you like this? Oh, it's not me, it's the brushes again. Fucking brushes. Man. Ah, you're new here, so you don't know. The program I draw in is Sketchbook, and all you really need to know about it is everything in here is jank as shit. It's it's real bad. but it's the one drawing program that's really spoke to my soul. So it's just like here's the thing. I didn't know how to get Paint Tool Sai. I didn't like Creator. I certainly wasn't gonna get Photoshop, or any of those fancy things, and Clip Studio was out of my reach as well. So like when I was like, I don't know, 13, I was still looking for an art program to use, and the one that came with my tablet was like Corel Painter, some bullshit like that, and it was awful too, and I hated that, and it was unusable for me. And I don't remember how I stumbled into Autodesk Sketchbook, but I eventually did, and believe it or not, it used to be worse. It recently changed hands to new people, maybe once or twice, and they've changed a lot of things about it, and they've improved it a lot. It's now at least like, for your average digital artist, a usable program. Personally, like, I was struggling, just like UI wouldn't work properly in a lot of apps for me, or like the brushes were just like, they were defined for one specific thing, and it was typically like some sort of painterly style, and that's like the complete opposite of the kind of style I work in. I don't, especially then, I had more like line art and like typical anime things in my style, so it was really frustrating there. But I eventually found Sketchbook, and it was the first program I could actually get it to like give me flat brushes that worked properly, and didn't muck with me trying to draw or anything like that. So I started using it, and then I started like just being reliant on specific things about it that you don't really think about until you realize that's a thing. And now that I'm an adult and I have money, I was like, oh, let's get Clip Studio, and let's get Procreate, and let's try these out. And then I tried to use them out, and I was like, oh no, I'm so used to drawing in this god-awful program that's slowly starting to improve now that it's in new hands. I very much heavy kudos to these guys, because they've improved it a lot, and I'll talk about that in a second. But it was just like, oh no, I have to reteach myself to learn an art program again to use anything else, because I'm so reliant on how Sketchbook specifically works, even though it's bad. But it has been improving. Last year they finally added a bunch of things into the iPad app, because this is also desktop, but this is the version I typically use is the iPad. They finally added alpha masks, they added layer groups, they added something else. Oh, they added fucking custom brushes, finally. The desktop version had them, but you couldn't import or export brushes into the iPad version. But they finally allowed for that, and a bunch of other things. Like little small things that you don't really think about that just really help the flow of your work process. And I was just like, oh no, now I really can't leave. It's overall not a bad program, and it's really cheap, so if you're a beginner to digital art, it's still something I would recommend for people, because it's free to download on the App Store, but it's like, I think it was like $2 or $3 to unlock all the premium features, and it's a one-time purchase, so it's just kind of like, oh yeah, fuck it, that's all the basics you really need in an art program. But I know that's dependent on people's preferences, and like Clip Studio is nice because they have a lot of assets that you can just download immediately, as well as getting like free premium ones and stuff like that. So I understand why that's people's preference a lot of the time. Same for Procreate, there's just a lot of brushes out there. Photoshop doesn't get any codes anymore because Adobe sucks. I'm not sponsored, by the way. That's just my genuine opinion on this art program. But hey, Sketchbook, if you want to sponsor me, I'm not sure what you would sponsor me with. I do genuinely hope that Sketchbook continues improving, though, because, like I said, the updates they put out just last year even were incredible. Especially knowing where they came. I've used this program for like a decade at this point. I do still want to learn Procreate and Clip Studio, though. I'm starting to get kind of used to Procreate. The only problem with Procreate is stabilization is built into brushes, and I'm sorry, I fucking hate it. Turn it off. Please let me disable stabilization globally. Procreate, I don't want it. I'm an awful little gremlin who draws everything the incorrect way, and I would like to continue doing that, please. I should be using this brush. Overall, though, I do like Procreate. I have used it for patterns, and I use it when I want to use Procreate-specific brushes. Because a lot of the brush features that you get in stuff like Clip Studio or Procreate, I don't have access to in this. It was very funny, though, because the instant I realized they added custom brushes to the iPad version. So I've had the desktop version for ages. In fact, I've had it so long that I think I still have the Adobe version, or not the Adobe, the Autodesk version of Sketchbook Desktop on my computer, and I'm not using the new stuff. But the brush the settings files and stuff, they all work the same still. So I got the first thing I did when I got brush imports and exports was exported all my brushes from the iPad version and imported them to the desktop version, because for some reason they changed some of the brushes on the iPad version. They were new brushes on the iPad version, and I used several of those new brushes in my normal workflow, but I never had them on desktop because I couldn't import them there. It was very, very funny. And they actually do have a lot of decent, like, brush packs out there. You just have to find them. I think before it might have been before it changed hands. They had like a huge like ongoing blog thing where like weekly or monthly they were releasing brush packs from creators in the community. And I have a few of them on here now. Those I made by hand. But yeah, this cloud brush pack has been here in a while. I moved all my cloud brushes around. A lot of these are... Where are they? They're all at the bottom, aren't they? Oh, did I only import these two sets? I guess so. Oh, I guess I mixed them all up. That's fine. I don't use a lot of texture brushes. I mainly just use flat brushes and muck around with those. A transparent square brush is like the best thing ever, though. 10 out of 10. Learn how to use one. Even if it's just for like sketching things. Very useful. I need a darker purple.
Is Mia still there?
Yes, she is. Are you a good girl, Miss Mia?
You are a good girl.
I love you. She got treats last night because she was so cute. And she deserved some treats. Crossing my fingers that she copes well with the new kitten. I think she will. I genuinely think that she'll have a good time having a kitten in the house, but we will have to see. Oh dear. Don't do that. Dying is not allowed. Not on my watch. I'd like to get the pants at least done, and then we can move on. One day you'll be out of work in progress purgatory, Mozako. I'm sorry. You're still going to be here for a little bit longer. I should probably start merging down these layers, huh? Oh, I forgot to, color this, huh? I'll just leave it solid blue for now. I don't know what I want to do with it. There we go. I wonder if Sketchbook originally had a different purpose. Because Autodesk is really known for their CAD programs, aren't they? That's what people really go to them for. And maybe Sketchbook was just like, here's a native program for our styles, for just like adding notes and stuff. Because it was a very bare bones drawing program, but you could draw in it. And you could, of course, draw very well in it. They had a lot of good artists. But who knows? Oh dear, hiccups. I also have to cough real quick, so let me mute it. So you don't have to listen. Okay. I forgot, I did not finish the tails. I think I just had the blue right here. If I don't do it now, I will most assuredly forget that I forgot to do the blue tip of the tail the next time I come back to this. I really should learn color blocking. That would speed up my art process a lot. Because then I wouldn't have to clean up these edges so much. The only issue is, like, it makes the edges of my art so harsh looking, and I don't know how I feel about that. Alright. Begone to the work in progress pile you go. I'm just gonna use the Dorman one again, and just put all of this in a folder. I'm still in the concept stage for this guy anyways. Do I have him in here? That's a question. It is looking like oh, yes I do. Nice. So this is my last concept of him. This is definitely closer. I think, at least for one of his outfits, I think this is right. And I think his hair is right. I think I might need to adjust his eyes. But color scheme-wise, I think this is right. Let me get the other picture I've drawn on him, because that is not in here right now. It's all the way in my animatics folder because it was in one of my animatics. Let's see. Ambrosia, animatic, final. And let me hide my iPad for a second because I gotta go into Discord. It's okay, we'll be back in 3, I promise. Maybe 4. Discord took a second. Alrighty. Boop. Welcome back. This was from one of my animatics.
Oh, good stretch, Miss Mia.
And is also why I feel like this outfit is good. I just need to work on some other things. So this character, his working name right now is Blake. He is a college student who plays a VR game, currently unnamed, but in that VR game he plays as the character Emerald. And he starts out playing an elf character, and later transfers to playing a, what is called a Fallen, which is this, ear-winged dude. And yeah, he notices right off the bat that something about the game is very odd. It's well talked about in the game's community. There's a lot of odd things about this game in general. But it's very fun. He's well known for being a genius at PvP. Specifically on one-on-one matches. And part of his story is eventually getting a team for 5-on-5 matches, meeting people, learning about different various things about the game. As the game updates and releases new content, that just makes the odd things about the game stand out even more. And just, yeah, that's his whole shebang. Oh, also notable about his character, in real life, to people who don't know him very well, he seems like very stoic and emotionless, and he doesn't really react to things very much. but as soon as he plays the game, like, he seems to react more to things, he seems to emote more, and people who know him well are just like, yeah, that's just you really like this game. It grabbed your attention in a way games usually don't, because he's not usually a video game player, up until the time he started playing this game. But to other people, it weirds them out. I also need to design his friend, who also plays with him, as a Drakon character, a humanoid dragon style of creature. I had older designs of him from they were on paper still. I don't know where they are though. Otherwise I'd pull those out and reference them as well. Because I don't really know what direction I want to go. I had a really basic design before, but I think I want to make it less basic. I've really improved in my ability to design characters, especially modern characters, and I would like to utilize that here. I typically design a lot of high fantasy characters, especially elven, like Filgary type things. In lighter armor, I don't really like designing heavy armor, although I will have to do that for some of these characters. Let's see, what kind of style would you wear? Dekorokai is more of his friend. Maybe a little bit of grunge and streetwear. These are the names of my Pinterest boards that I'm referencing. Actually, yeah. Yeah, I feel like this is the right direction. He's absolutely got the, like, big chunky boots. I don't have any good references for the big chunky boots. Motherfucker. They're all buried somewhere. That would be super annoying to try to go find. I'm not very good at drawing shoes still. Feet are the worst. Oh, where'd my other reference go? Oopsie. Used the wrong tab. There we go. He only looks depressed, he's not actually. Yeah, maybe he is a little. I guess that's up to your interpretation of his character. Now, hairstyle, that is what has been fighting me the most about him, I think. Because you can put characters in all sorts of outfits. But hairstyle is always the hardest. I think originally I just had like generic pro tag short hair for him. But I feel like that's just not right. This doesn't feel like his character. Definitely no. You know what's kind of tempting? I recently gave myself a buzz cut, which is fantastic. I love having super short hair. Nah, he needs longer hair. Like... This feels close to right, but something still feels off. Maybe if I add colors, it will feel better. He definitely has dark hair, I know that for sure. Dark hair and dark eyes. At one point he did have some Asian roots, but I've been changing around some of the world building, and I don't know if that's still the case. Although it probably will be. He's currently living with his older sister, and they're both adopted. So it might be more of a Asian American type of thing. But I am worried about leaning into an accidental stereotype with the whole deal with his emotions, even though that's not... There's a reason for it. There's a story-specific reason for it. But that's spoilers! Yeah, okay. Yeah, I just needed colors. I'm just gonna block out colors real quick, and then we will figure out his other palette. I don't think I want to keep the name I gave him. I don't feel like it fits. Same thing for his friend. It's just temporary names while I figure their shit out. That's pretty typical of me. It takes me a bit to settle on a good name. I would do ripped jeans, but ripped jeans are a pain to draw every time, so I'm not going to do ripped jeans. Oops. Now I'm thinking, what if I steal a color from over here? Yes. Yes. I don't want to do something too complicated on his sweatshirt, but I do want there to be a pattern of some sort. That just feels so generic.
Boring. I don't like boring.
That feels a little less generic. I want it to feel like the same character still. Like, you can see why he would pick the things he did for his character in the game. His character in the game, by the way, is short. Fallen are typically about that high. If he's about 5'6". Actually, he's probably like closer to 5'2". Do I have my chain still? Oh, that's big. I need to figure out what I want that pendant to look like too. For now, generic gold orb. Also story-related part of his design. Let's see, what would your highlight color be? Probably green. Yeah. Now, his friend doesn't actually have anything started for his design. I did one design for him a while ago, but I ended up not liking it very much. His friend is taller. His friend's very cutesy. As I said, Fairy Kai, Dekora Kai is probably the direction I'll lean in for him. He gets the generic boy hair. Okay, maybe not that fluffy. Now, how kawaii do I want to make this guy? The answer is very, but... There's a lot of directions I can take it. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I kind of want to give him also big, chunky tennis shoes. I'll have to look up tips on drawing those sorts of detailed shoes later. We're just getting details out right now. Or not details, we're getting shapes. Trying to avoid being too similar to another design I have. I think the colors will help, but shape-wise, very close. I should redo his face. At least the eyes. Okay, stretch time.
Mia, Mia, Mia. Are you doing okay? Are you a grumpy baby? You look like a grumpy baby. Hi. Oh, Yanuki. Are you a pretty girl?
I should let my pen charge for a little bit. I'm thinking probably a rainbow pattern on this guy somewhere. He's very flamboyant. I feel like I need more bows on him too. Fairy kind Dekorakai are very cluttered. I'm trying to have a good mix of cluttered and not hell to draw every time I want to draw this character. I'm not listening to music. I should play some music for myself. Oh no! It's so quiet. Oops. Alrighty. He definitely dyes his hair. Yeah, there's not nearly enough shit going on in this design for it to be Kai like this. How can I add to this? Still not quite right. Oh, that's cute. Okay, yeah. I'm not sure about the bow color yet on their head. That just might be my bias against green. I don't hate green, I just prefer to not use it. Pink feels the worst. I don't think yellow's gonna look good either. Yeah, no. Hmm. Aww. Maybe if I change the streak to blue and use purple there. I need to do a full body for him to finish them out. Oh, what color are your eyes going to be? Your OG hair color is going to be brown. Excuse me, oh my gosh. I had to sneeze suddenly. Maybe not that shade of green, but I think green is the right direction.
belt that I can reference?
Ooh, a heart. Yeah. I got you the heart buckle. Yeah, there we go. That's what he was missing. Now I also need to do his in-game design. He plays a mage character. Like I said, who is also a dragon. I have kind of an idea of what this character should look like, but not really again. I feel like he's the kind of player who's just there to play fashion. He's just there to play dress up. And he spends, like, all the money he gets at his part-time job, just buying cosmetics for his character, so he's got all of this, like, super immersion-breaking items. How's it going? I'm a hat actually now. Oh no, I hope things get less stressful for you. And less tiring. I'm just doing some character design today. These are my characters who play virtual reality video game characters. My spite story against Sword Art Online. I'm fixing all of their designs. The one I'm working on right now, I've designed once, but I ended up not liking it. So I wanted to fix it. The one I was working on earlier, which I'll scoot over to in a second, I've designed them before, multiple times, but it's been a little frustrating because it's always been like, it's close but not quite. This guy. This feels right though. The character I'm working right now is the avatar of the middle person in the game. I feel like he would try to make his character look like a magical girl as much as possible. So that's what I'm trying to do. But still, like, fantasy, high fantasy elements. Akami, do you have Deceive Incorporated? It's a game on Steam. If you're still here. I'm just curious if you ever want to play together. Rain and I have been playing a lot with another friend. I've been doing very poorly, but we got a bunch of wins today. Some really funny ones, too. Like, right before the stream, I was trying to order food so I could eat it before stream, and then Raina was just like, "Hello, would you like to play Deceive?" And I'm like, yeah, fuck it. Let's play while I wait for food. And then my food was right about to arrive mid-game, and I'm like, shit. Like, we're doing really well, too. Like, we got all our upgrades and stuff. And we murdered a lot of people, so there's not a whole lot of competition. I don't really want to fuck this up right at the end. And then the driver got lost or something, went in the wrong direction. I'm like, okay, fuck it, let's keep going. Hopefully, we'll either die or we'll be able to get the package in time at least, before this guy shows up to my house. And we managed to completely, like, just crush the competition before my food arrived. It was so funny. There's an ace that, like, tried to go up against us solo, and we just ran up to her. I poisoned her. Rain used whatever the fuck, Hansa's stun ability that, like, locks him out of using abilities. And then we just two-shot or whatever. This girl. Poor person. not prepared for the two-hit combo of Hans and Sasori. I feel like he should probably have some transparent parts on his outfit, but I also, do I want to put myself through that hell for redrawing this character? I don't think I do. I think that would be a mistake. Where's Emerald? We need to steal your gold, sir. There we go. That's better. That hopefully doesn't look too out of place next to Emerald. Something still feels off. Maybe if I change the line art color? Probably would help if I colored the gold too a little bit better. Okay, that helped a lot, yeah. That's all it was. Just the dark colors throwing me off. Very good. Yeah. Yeah, that works. Now I just need to figure out Emerald as an elf. That's probably gonna be the hardest. Or it might be the easiest. If I remember correctly, I had it as a plot point that when he switched to an elf character, he basically, like, hit randomize on the default options and used one of those. So I just need default elf. that's about right. Oh, I'm gonna have to design weapons again. Christ. This will be hard. Might have to come back to this one later. My brain's starting to fizzle. It was hard work on these 3 designs. I might cut it here, just cause, yeah, I had to go outside my comfort zone for all 3 of these in different ways. But they were fun. I'm glad they turned out good. They turned out the way I was hoping. But yeah, that's gonna be it for now. Next week, we sure will be doing something. What that something is, I don't know. Probably doing full bodies of these, clean full bodies, like I'm doing with Morzako. Like this. because these are pretty messy to use as references, so I want something clean like this, because that's better. But yeah, thank you for joining, I hope you had a good time, and I will catch you next week. And hopefully one of my various video ideas I've been trying will pan out. I've been trying different ones, seeing what kind of like general video content I would enjoy doing, because I don't want to just do speed paints, and if I do a speed paint I would like to do it in a more interesting way, but I'm not quite sure yet, I'm still figuring it out. But yeah,